Are seed oils bad for you? What are seed oils exactly, and what can they do inside the body? Should you completely eliminate them? And what are the alternatives? That's what we're covering in today's video. I'm Jackie Elmer. Make sure you grab my shopping list and recipe guide, as well as reading food labels over at lowertoxiclife.com. So, what are seed oils? Seed oils are essentially plant-based cooking oils made from the seeds of various plants. Sounds harmless, but are they? These seeds are then taken and turned into oils. They're processed that can be used for cooking and baking. Again, that sounds great. Are they good or are they bad? Well, honestly, they're a little bit of both, but in my opinion, mostly bad, and here's why. Most seed oils are used in processed and ultra-processed packaged foods, fast foods, and in many restaurants when you're eating out, even in the finer and healthier dining options. And this is where the danger lies. A small amount here and there is not so bad, but like anything, when you have a little at breakfast, a little at lunch, a little at dinner, and in snacks, over time that adds up, and that's what creates the inflammation, the toxic overload, and our body begins to revolt. Now, make sure you see my citations page for the research and studies. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, and you can also, again, grab that shopping guide. So go to citations.lowertoxiclife.com. Now, I always stress the importance of reading labels and not being afraid to ask questions of servers in restaurants. Is this cooked with pure olive oil? Very often it can say olive oil, but many restaurants cut that with canola oil or vegetable oil or other less healthy options. So don't be afraid to ask questions, and don't be afraid to ask that your food be cooked in pure butter if that's not an option to have pure olive oil or something like that. Seed oils have high levels of omega-6 fats, which can lead to inflammation and chronic inflammation. And we know that chronic inflammation is linked to conditions like arthritis, heart disease, metabolic syndrome, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and the list kind of goes on. Inflammation is the root of so many causes, including that resistant weight gain that we often experience, that belly fat around the middle. A lot of times it's inflammation that is helping to prevent us from losing that weight. Now, these seed oils are most commonly added to foods and marketed as healthy, including whole grain crackers, bread products, protein bars, shakes, dressings, sauces, and many frozen foods, and even in some chocolate. So some common seed oils include canola oil, soybean oil, sunflower, corn oil, cottonseed oil, safflower oil, grapeseed oil, and peanut oil. There are some concerns with these seed oils, including, as I mentioned, the fact that they're high in omega-6 fatty acids. And why is this bad? It creates an imbalance within our body system. Seed oils are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which can disrupt the balance of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids in the diet. Now, again, if you go out and Google it, you're going to know that your body needs some omega-6 and some omega-3s. Those are healthy. The problem is the way these are processed and the overload of omega-6s from these particular food products. This imbalance is, again, as I mentioned, it's associated with increased inflammation, and that's what's linked to these various diseases. Number 2, oxidation and free radicals. Seed oils are polyunsaturated fats, which means they're more prone to oxidation. When these oils are exposed to heat, light, and air, they can form those harmful free radicals. These free radicals can cause this oxidative stress and damage your cells, contributing to aging and disease. And who needs that, right? And then number 3, trans fats. Partially hydrogenated oils. You've heard of that. Now that's been banned in many, many foods, but there's some conflicting data out there especially here in the US, about whether or not that's truly out of all of our food sources. Now, some seeds undergo this process, and the reason that they use this process is to increase the shelf life and stability of the oil. That's what creates the trans fats in the process. And I don't know about you, but I know that it's not in my body's best interest for any product that I consume to have certain things, certain processes and additives done to increase the shelf life and the stability. That's more for the food manufacturer and the almighty dollar. Trans fats are known to raise LDL, that's the bad cholesterol, and lower HDL, which is the good cholesterol, and increase the risk of heart disease and those other health issues that we already talked about. Now, here's another problem with seed oils, and I mentioned this, and that's the high temperature processing. It's not that the plants or the seeds themselves are bad, it's the process that it goes through to convert them into these oils. The refining and chemical processing. Many seed oils are refined, bleached, deodorized to improve their color, flavor, and shelf life. This process very often involves very high temperatures and chemicals, which ultimately strip away the beneficial nutrients and create these harmful byproducts and free radicals. Number two, the formation of toxic compounds. Heat sensitivity is really what does this. High temperature processing is what leads to the formation of toxic compounds such as aldehydes. And again, all of these are linked to various health problems, including inflammation, oxidative stress, and even cancer. Again, go to citations.lowertoxiclife.com and you'll see the section where I've done the research and gathered the data on seed oils. Number three, loss of nutrients, nutrient degradation. The high heat used in processing can degrade or destroy those beneficial nutrients, such as vitamin E and other properties that are typically known as antioxidants and come from many of these seeds. But once they've gone through this process, all of that is completely destroyed and eliminated. So you're asking, what are some healthier alternatives? Now, as you know, I like to promote anything purchased in glass, and I'm going to talk about avocado oil and olive oil, along with some other oils that are healthy alternatives. So you want to reduce these potential health risks that are associated with seed oils, and you're going to want to use those oils with a better fatty acid profile and higher heat stability, such as olive oil. It's high in monosaturated fats and antioxidants, and it's stable at a lower to medium cooking temperature. Coconut oil, it's rich in saturated fats, and it's highly stable at high temperatures. Avocado oil, high in monosaturated fats and stable at high temperatures. So coconut oil and avocado oil are great if you're cooking at a higher temperature. Try to use olive oil at lower temperatures. Butter and ghee, natural fats with stable saturated fatty acids. These are good for high temperature cooking as well. Now, another thing you're going to want to do is incorporate a variety of healthy fats from nuts, seeds, fish, and whole foods to help you maintain a balanced fatty acid ratio and promote overall health. You can learn more about reading labels and what to watch for on this video coming up.